Meantime, you don't have to strictly be a traditional cow-calf producer to be a cattleman. In this salute to June, which is National Beef Month, Rick Treptow takes us to a family-run grass-fed beef cattle operation near Savannah that is getting nationwide attention.
Well, the Hunter Cattle Company started 9 years ago in Chatham County. Dell and his wife Deborah, Anthony, and Kristen all help with their laying chickens, hogs, and cattle, all grass-fed on pastures.
For reasons that we thought we would do it as close to naturally as possible, that's why we did it.
About 100 head of cows, primarily Angus and Black Baldy, are raised without antibiotics or growth hormones. But all are grown on a relatively new rotational grazing system that moves the cows from fence pasture to fence pasture to allow the grass to return. That's information obtained from a great source.
I was probably the only person going to a Georgia Cattlemen's Association meeting that didn't have any cows. I was going to meetings for a year before we even had the first cow on the farm, trying to learn as much as I could about it. And Georgia Cattlemen's Association has been very helpful in helping us learn how to raise cattle the proper way.
And that means looking after the animals' needs every day when the sun is shining, or, as I found out, when it's not. By the way, the donkeys are part of the herd because they will protect themselves and the cattle from coyotes and other predators.
If it's time to rotate fields, we want to make sure that we open the gates and allow them to go into the new pastures. Make sure that they have plenty of minerals out there. If there's new calves born, you know, we want to keep track of that. But basically look for the welfare of the cattle and the grass that they have to eat that day.
The Chatham County Farm Bureau members say raising grass-fed beef is a niche product. The Fergusons listen to their customers.
We had a lot of them say, hey, can I buy a smaller cut? You know, I don't want a whole cow. I don't have enough freezer space. So that's when we started cutting it up.
The farm slaughters their animals. Then, under the very watchful eyes of a U.S. Department of Agriculture meat inspector, individual meat products are cut out. Those thick, juicy cuts of beef from the ribeyes, the T-bones, the popular skirt steaks, to even hamburger are made, then vacuum sealed for sale. They've been to many of the Georgia-grown events, including ones in Atlanta and Macon. The farm's other ag enterprises include selling 20 dozen eggs per day from the small layer flock. Those hogs I mentioned earlier, Hunter Cattle's pork sausage won the meat category at the Flavor of Georgia 2013 competition.
And that's opened up a lot of people to want to try our sausage, and they love it. You know, if it opens the door for them to want it and then they get to try it, then it's good for us and good for them also.
A small business like this one has to be looking at trends, not just in the beef and meat industries, but also in other ag areas. They've built a kind of bed and breakfast into an old tobacco barn.
We are into the agritourism now, where people can come onto the farm, visit, spend the night. We've got a lot of plans for people to come and visit.
For more information about all their beef products and the farm in general, go to www.huntercattle.com. I'm Rick Treptow for the Georgia Farm Monitor.